Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning trading session. So the markets made a little bit of a recovery yesterday. We were looking at a fairly bullish day to start. There's a little bit of a waffling, but we did catch a couple of moves to the upside. Then in the afternoon, the market fell apart. Thought for sure we were going to see a larger downtrend develop, but we took a bounce off of the previous day's lows and rallied back up to where it all started. So a fairly neutral day overall, very quiet through the overnight. And the European session and now we find ourselves with yet another smallish kind of day. Okay, it looks like the sellers are getting a little bit more active here. For you Raptor traders, we had a counter trend signal here, and oh, actually this one looks pretty good. So whenever you're taking a look at a counter trend signal, that's what your number 2 signal is on the Raptor. It is a counter trend signal. You need to bear in mind there are always 2 elements to a counter trend signal. First element is you need to have a trend or something resembling a trend. Obviously, you can't have counter trend if you don't have a trend first. And then you need to see a test of the extreme. In this case, the extreme would be the high and the subsequent failure. Target is the hard edge of your trading cloud, so it helps when the cloud is a little bit broader, but it's not unusual on a narrow cloud to see the market actually trade well past the hard edge. We're only a couple minutes into the session, however. So we'll just give them a moment here to sort things out. Okay, here on the Falcon, we actually have a continuation signal, which is mirrored on the Raptor. If you were looking to take this signal, this is our trend change signal in the Falcon. Oh, did they slip me on that? They did too. Slipped me a couple of ticks. That's not good. What time is it? Oh, we're only about 4 or 5 minutes into the session, so this is a pretty aggressive trade on my part. We'll see if there's any follow through now to the short side. All right, well, they're trying. Now, this trade does have the potential to go further, but I'll be content to just take my profit target. Thank you very much. The primary support was pretty much a given, but you know, for the sake of a couple of ticks, I wasn't going to force the market. Ooh, look at that. Maybe I should have held on a little longer. That's a pretty big move. Yeah, Ryman says there's a lot of aggressive selling on the bid side, so that's no doubt sending the market lower. You can see here our Geiger counter, how it's just stuck here on the short side. See that big bulk of selling that went through the market, the buyers unable to offset it? Well, that end result was this move lower right here. Getting a little bit of buying coming back, but for the most part, the dial still pulling hard over. To the short side. Frederick says, up $300 so far, shouldn't have chickened out. Oh well. Won't be the last time I leave a trade early. And I'm sure it won't be the last time I buy the high or sell the low either. Or even miss a move entirely. If we are going to see a market that is in a downtrend today, we're going to get our cloud crossover signal here shortly. Now, the cloud crossover signal, that's the #1 signal for the Raptor. That occurs when your clouds cross. So we have a bullish cloud here. The clouds are now stacked in a more bearish fashion. When the clouds cross over, we look for this pullback phase. And now we look for the clouds to support the market in the new direction, in which case they're going to bump them out here to the short side, and we're going to produce a sell signal. That's going to be the cloud crossover signal. Now, one thing to note is that technically the programming will wait for the hard edges to cross as well. So if I go back here a little ways to show you, you see the clouds cross completely, the pullback, there's the signal, and we get a little bit of follow through as a result. Sometimes, however, the clouds will cross a little bit earlier. Let's see if I can find you a decent example. All right, here we go. Excuse me. So the clouds are bearish, but then they start to stack in a bullish fashion. Notice right here, we have a cloud crossover signal. The clouds have crossed. We have a pullback, and we come out with the signal. This is what I refer to as an early cloud crossover. All the elements of the crossover are there except the hard edge crossing. And yet you can see that the clouds are going to cross over. Right? We're making higher lows, we're breaching the highs or trying to breach the highs. There's every reason to suspect that the market is going to try changing direction. So it's important to keep a lookout for that, because sometimes when you get the prompt, you're left with a trade that is very unmanageable. The part of the move has happened already, and now you're left with a position, well, where am I going to cover this thing? Right? The move has already been so large. Ideally, I should cover it down here. Well, all right. We can do that. Or I can manage to get one contract on there, but it would have been much more desirable to take the trade like this. So that's what I'm looking at here now, is an early cloud crossover. If we come back now with a sell signal, I will try to short it. The hawk, being a little bit of a faster tool, has already produced that sell signal with the green bar sell. So you could already be short on the hawk. So it looks as though the buyer's trying to buy the market back a little bit here. The Geiger counter showing a slightly more bullish market. Ooh, there comes the sell order, and that sucker printed so fast I couldn't even get to my sell market button. Darn it. Let's see if it's hit the profit objective. There we go. And here is our first in-sync eagle signal as well. So we are in a bear market today. Nicely done, Peter. Peter says, good morning, Eric. Would today be a good day to leave a runner? I'm up $1,400 on 2 contracts. That's fantastic, Peter. Now, chances are the market will continue lower today. We are in a very, very strong downtrend. However, the buyers are going to show up here somewhere. Personally, I always have a pain threshold where if I hit a certain amount of profit, I never let that amount get away on me. So, you know, we're all different here. I'm sure there's one person in the room that would even be okay leaving the whole $1,400 at risk to try to get more. But that's a lot of money in my book. I would not allow that to get away on me. I'm anticipating some sort of reaction here. The market, obviously in a downtrend, we're getting, you know, signals like the macro pullback signal. The more the market moves, though, the more difficult it's going to be to structure this trade. But yes, it is, selling is where you want to be. It's almost one of these situations that you just want to get in anywhere. Problem is, if you just punch into this trade, like let's say we just choose to punch in at the market, which is right about there, the best place to cover the trade is actually right up here above the high of the day. I am disappointed this unfolded so quickly because I was waiting for that. Oh well. like I said, won't be the last move I miss. Good for you guys that are riding this move out. We're currently taking a little bit of a bounce off of the secondary support zone. I could see the market getting down to, say, well, 58.50 would really be pressing it. Paul asks, is it possible to change stop strategies when in a trade? Yes, absolutely. So let's say you started the trade and you were running a little bit of a looser ATR. And now you've got all this open profit. You don't want to let it get away. I will routinely move to something more aggressive, like a parabolic strategy, or perhaps even a bar high-low, and just give it a couple of bars. Yes, I routinely change my stop strategy as I get more open profit, just because I don't want the market to take it all away. Way to go, Peter. Peter says, I just chickened out and took $1,700 off the table. Well, Peter, anytime you take $1,700 out of a trade, that is not chickening out. That does not even qualify. Well done, though. 1,700 bucks. Nice trade. Ryman sharing his opening strategy. Ryman writes, Eric, when the market starts at 9:30 Eastern, so that's the market open, North American Open, I set up with 2 contracts in manual mode. If the direction starts on a signal, I will try to buy or sell the market. If I'm wrong, I just bail out. I just scalp and take what I got. One of our DTS owners, before the Raptor was born, he used to do something very similar on the Falcon. Is he would just take the first Falcon signal. It wouldn't even need to be in sync. It would just be, okay, here's the first signal. It's a sell signal. Oops, sorry, market open. Let's get this right. Here we go. So market open, he would take the very first signal. Sorry, Butterfingers. The very first signal that would print, and it would usually be within the first 5 minutes of the day. Normally only a minute or two after the market open. And like Ryman, this particular fellow would just scalp out. I know there's a lot of momentum comes into the market on the open, and occasionally you can get some very pronounced moves. I usually like to give the market at least 5 or 10 minutes to settle in before getting too anxious, but Ryman's strategy is certainly valid. Hey, way to go, Peter. I like the way you think. Peter says I'm booking a tea time now. Yeah, you don't want to give that back. All right, my Raptor is spitting out signals here before I can even get a chance to trade them. This now, again, the counter trend signal. This would be the soft edge buy. And remember, with the counter trend signal, you need to have a trend. Okay, check, got the trend. Need to have a retest of the low and a failure. Check, got that. We do have a chance at a second push opportunity here. All that the second push opportunity means is that we allow the signal to engage, and then we watch to see where it flinches. Once we know where in this case, the sellers are trying to beat the market down, we can go in and we can try to buy that. Now, a lot of times on a counter trend trade, because it is counter trend, because it is more risky by nature, I'm not going to trade multiple contracts. You can if you want, but usually I'll switch into manual mode. And if I'm going to try this, I'll take it on a single contract. All right, let's see if we get a push on this. Yeah, Tony says, Drat, all that happened so fast. I missed that first eagle signal. I know the market unfolded really quickly. About the only trade that gave us an early enough warning that we were going to see the market unwind was this green bar sell here in the hawk. It was sitting here for, looks like about 3 or 4 minutes before it finally fell off, but that was not the case with the Raptor or the Eagle. They both unwound pretty fast. Okay, just trying to sneak a couple of dollars here out of this possible pullback. Come on, get up there. The Geiger counter looking a little bit more bullish. You can see we're getting a little bit of buying going on there. Ooh, don't want to see that. Don't want to see the sellers suck the dial over. So they're fighting it along a little bit because of this support zone right here. Even though technically we've already traded above it, this whole area is quite influential. You can see it bounced the market here on the way down, and it bounced the market again right here, held it down, and kind of bounced it right here. So we're fighting it for a third time now, or I guess a fourth time, trying to get above that level. Ryman writes, Eric, when I started using the Raptor software, I remember you saying that when you are new, try making 50 bucks on the day. Well, I used that concept, and by doing that, it made my confidence much better now on taking trades. It is so true, Ryman. You know, people look at trading, if you're like my cousin, he'll look at a day like today and he'll say, wow, look at that move, look at all that money we could have made. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We got some solid signals, got a solid signal out of the gate. And then, of course, I'm going to cry over spilt milk again. I missed this signal here just because it unfolded too quickly. But yes, there's some pretty big moves there. However, you also get your share of days that look like this, where the market is laboring going higher or lower. And once you're able to make $50 or $100 on the day, there really is no limit to what you can earn. Because after that, it just becomes a math problem. How many contracts can you put on your position? Notice too that if I had taken the signal on the hash mark, we would already be at our profit objective as well. It's probably why we're struggling a little bit also. Oh, I like the way your mind works, Aspen. Aspen says, our mind always remembers the good things and not the bad ones. Not all of us. Certainly not my wife's mind. Okay, Floyd asks, can we take a look at crude oil? I'm just going to assume that you wanted to see it on the Raptor. Otherwise, I can show it to you on one of the other birds if you like. So crude oil was in quite the downtrend yesterday from inventory report. Huge move lower, then kind of drifted sideways in a rather choppy sideways fashion and continued lower in the overnight. Right out of the open, we got a counter trend signal, and now crude trying to put in a little bit of a rally. Yeah, Tony says, haven't heard the UPS slash FedEx man at the door lately. Has she lost her credit card? No, she's still looking for stuff to buy. Oh my goodness. Amazon is the bane of my existence. So here with crude, if you're watching crude oil, what I would be watching for now is a cloud crossover signal. Right? The market's trying to get bullish. The cloud has gone from a bearish stance, it's trying to get bullish also. So once the clouds start to cross, I'll anticipate a pullback and then a continuation. And at this point, I'm going to be looking for a buy signal. Oh, nuts to me. I should have been paying closer attention here. Oh dear. Almost tagged the break even. Not quite. Now we're coming back with a hard edge sell signal. That would have been a nice signal to take also. All right. Excuse me, one more push here on the part of the buyers. If I can get this bar to finish near the highs, maybe print one more bar in my direction, that would be a good cue to start rolling the stops up. Yes, well, I'm a little annoyed with this trade now. Come on. You sons of buyers, where'd you go? nuts. Come on. Well, this market's probably gonna back up and tag me out here. Here we go. This is always a problem when you're doing a counter trend trade. You want to go all in, all out. If this trade does work out, it's going to be one of my luckier trades, but I'm not holding out much hope. So the notion here was the number 2 signal, it actually worked out. I got in late on the signal, obviously. The target being the hard edge. Unfortunately for me, the market just came within a tick of my break-even trigger. I thought for sure it was going to at least tag the break-even, but whatever, it didn't. And so then it fires back with a hard edge bounce signal, which is also a reliable signal. All right. Might get the second chance on this one. I'm debating bringing my stop up. I'd hate to get stopped on one more little hiccup here, but of course, at the same time, I don't want to take a full stop out. Now we're coming back here with yet another hard edge bounce signal. I think I'm done. I'm, I'm about to get spanked here. Yeah, Ryman says I would have used the bar high low stop. Well, I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was in trouble on that second little swing. I hate when the market does that. You know, it just dips low enough to tag you, and it looks like they may actually try to put in another rally here. Stinkers. Okay, I am getting a first micro macro cross here on the hawk. And I could probably cover the trade right there. Now I'm going to try to run this one out, see if I can't get a couple dollars back from that last trade. Hopefully the market's not finished with its downward move just yet. All right, so once more, I would have hit my high probability profit target. So, there's a lot to be said for going all in, all out on a trade. I'm pressing my luck, I know. Okay, Paul was asking earlier, is it possible to change your stop while a trade is underway? So let's say I'm running the ATR stop. We'll start with that right now. Kind of has us in a break-even situation. If the market continues to fall off from here, I'll move to something a little bit more aggressive, maybe like a parabolic. Now, I can preview my stops as well, so I can see where the parabolics would be at relative to some of the other stop strategies. I don't know how well you can make out those orange hash marks, but those are the parabolic strategy. Oh, no love today. Frederick's asking, what's the first micro-macro cross on the Hawk? Okay, the first micro-macro cross is a signal that is unique to the Hawk scalper. It is the first in-sync signal after the micro line, that's a thin one, and the macro line crossover. It essentially shows you a market that has gone all out of sync and now is all in sync. So this right here is a first micro-macro cross. This is a first micro-macro cross. This is a first micro-macro cross. And this is also a first micro-macro cross. It is a very high probability signal. It runs like better than 80% that you will find your high probability profit target, which makes it ideal for scalping. So the first micro-macro cross, it's one of those signals that I take almost without exception. If I get a first micro-macro cross, then I'm all over it. Well, good morning, Andres. Andres asking, how's it going today? I got left out of a couple of trades, Andres. The market moving just a little bit quick on me. Yes, Andre, is a little bit too quick. Everybody in the room gets to listen to me bemoan my cloud crossover signal that I was so patiently waiting for. And then it printed and it went boom, boom, boom like that before I could even reach for the sell market button. But we've been getting some pretty solid signals. I did take this counter trend signal right here. However, I did get in late and it left me hanging just a tick shy of my break even. And ended up tagging me for a little bit of a loss, but I do think we're going to see a little bit of a pullback through here. There's going to be some profit taking. Oh, we just got another counter trend signal and another chance at a second push entry. So just a reminder, a refresher, when we do get a counter trend signal, we need to have a trend. Yep, okay, good there. We need to have a test of the extreme, in this case the extreme being the low, and then we print our signal. So this is our soft edge buy signal. What do we think? Should I press my luck a little bit and run it up here? Sure, why not? Let's live on the edge. So, here too, I'm getting a little penalized today for my later entries. Normally, the second push entry is a great way to try to capture renewed momentum in the marketplace, but both these instances today on my counter trend signal, this one right here and this one right here, I would have realized my profit target had I taken the signal on the hash mark. So it's a trade-off, folks. There's no easy answer sometimes, but so far, so good. I've got the trade to break even. That's encouraging. And it does look like the buyers are going to try to press here. So with a little bit of luck, we'll see them move up here to my profit target. Hooray! Well, that will help offset that earlier loss. And in spite of the bearishness that we started the day with, it's starting to look like the buyers are stepping up here. So we may actually see a little bit more of a bullish slant to the market as the day goes on. Okay, so with you Raptor traders, we're going to be getting a cloud crossover now to the upside. Note the clouds crossing, so we've gone from bearish clouds to bullish clouds. We need to have a little bit of a pullback here. And then we should produce the continuation signal, the cloud crossover. Andres sharing here a 6E trade he had moved so quick that the NinjaTrader strategy hadn't taken profit on target. Yes, I know. Well, you always need somebody on the other side of that trade, right? Sometimes you can kiss the profit target, especially in the currencies, especially if you're doing the Forex. The Forex, what a lot of people don't understand is a Forex chart is actually a best estimate. But the 6E, the prices are truly there. The orders are there. I'm surprised you didn't get filled. You must have been a little bit lower on the list. But Andre says move the stop order to break even, and that worked out for you. I know that break even stop is a lifesaver a lot of times. Oh, I see. Andre says no, there was no test price. It just moved far higher. Yeah, it's the runaway markets, and everybody's different, right? Some people are okay um, with the market going on without them. Me, for instance, I'm okay with this trade. Even if I'd just gotten out here with my $100 profit objective, I did stretch the trade a little bit. Likewise, back here on the number one signal to the short side that I was waiting for, I would be fine with my $100 profit target because I knew I would have another opportunity to get in again. Right, so you have another buy opportunity there, you have another sell opportunity with trend here. So there's always another chance to get in. The thing with markets that move like this is you're going to find these kinds of days occur once every 2 or 3 months. These are not your bread and butter kind of days. Okay, they're going to have to sort themselves out here shortly because we've got buyers trying to buy the market up. We've got sellers trying to run the market back down. And there's going to be a little bit of a tug of war coming our way shortly. All right, here comes the cloud crossover signal, also getting a macro pullback signal here in the hawk. The Falcon, unfortunately, the trend line drifting into a red zone. Or maybe not. We're still pulling back. All right, so we're getting warmer. We've got the pullback. The clouds are crossing. The hard edge is not crossing over just yet. Waiting for the prompt, waiting for the buy signal, the warning dots. Well, they're taking their time. Ah, there we go. Okay, there's the signal. Okay, now this is what I mentioned earlier. This would be the early number one signal. The cloud's not crossing entirely just yet, but it still has all the components of a cloud crossover signal. earlier momentum that we saw drying up on us now. Come on, get up there a little bit. All right, well, I'm going to bring my stops in below this bar right here. You see, we had a fair amount of volume on this bar, and the fact that the market is starting to flounder is giving me a reason for concern. Oh, although the wrong button. There we go. The swing low is printing up there. That's not right. That's right. We'll go with the bar high-low. There we go. No, here come the sellers again. So it is definitely a bear kind of day today. We could see a deeper pullback, perhaps down here to the 58.60 area if you wanted to try to ride this out. But, given the current nature of the market, I think I'm just going to take the early stop out. Unless, of course, the market gives me a reprieve here. All right, boys and girls, we're going to close up shop here for today. I've got an appointment I've got to get to in the city, so we're just going to leave a few minutes early. I will see you again tomorrow morning, and we'll do it all over again. We'll talk to you then. Bye for now.